Good day all, welcome back to South Africa, and this is South African Patriots. So I want to share a story with you. So in South Africa currently there's a big debate. Well, it's been the debate for more than 50 years, and the question and the debate of the question is always, was apartheid good or was apartheid bad? Now, our politicians will tell you it was extremely bad. It was so horrific. They're calling it, acts against humanity. So I want to tell you this story, and it's an actual fact. It's a true story. It is physically what happened within South Africa. And then you can decide if you think that black people were treated fairly in this story. So many years ago, in Zululand or KZN, KwaZulu-Natal, I met a very old man. At that stage, he was about 70 years of age. And we were standing at one of the sugar mills that are located within KZN or Zululand. Now, I'm not sure if the sugar mill still exists, but this old man told me what he used to do working at this sugar mill. Now, this sugar mill, if I'm not mistaken, in the apartheid era, it produced a massive amount of sugar. And obviously, to produce sugar, you need farmers to plant sugarcane. So I then proceeded to ask this old man, now, what do you do at the sugarcane? And he actually told me a story which is quite amazing. He told me that within the area that we were standing in Zululand, big parts of that area was what they call the old homelands or tribal lands. And it is still exactly the same today. And he said to me, well, his job was to go out every single day from Monday to Friday. And his main job and his main objective was to make sure that the local black farmers in the area could actually plant effectively and produce effectively in order for them to deliver sugarcane to the sugar mill. So it was quite interesting because I then proceeded to ask him, but tell me more, how did it work? How did it actually benefit the sugar mill, and how did it benefit the black population? And he said to me, Zululand works like this. Every area is sort of governed, let's call it governed in Western terms, by a chief, because you've got the king and then you've got the chiefs, and there's a whole lot of chiefs, and every chief is responsible for an area or a block or a specific location. And then what will happen is certain families will obviously get certain pieces of land. And he said to me that although they had land, or they were given land almost absolutely free, they do have to pay a little bit every single year towards the royal house. But he said to me that they found that the land was extremely unproductive. And then the sugar mill suggested that what they do is they will get a couple of white guys that's got the knowledge of sugarcane. These guys will be paid salaries and they will be employed mainly to help these black farmers take those small pieces of land that they got and then at least produce something on it. So he said to me that a lot of these pieces of land weren't very big. They might have been 2 hectares or 3 hectares or 5 hectares. And he said in certain cases it might have been a bit bigger depending on the family standing with the chief in the area. So his job was to make sure that the sugarcane got planted, because you establish sugarcane and then you can harvest over a period of a couple of years. Make sure that the sugarcane gets harvested or planted correctly, that they get irrigated or rainwater the proper way. Make sure that the soil is fertilized. And then what the sugarcane company did, or the sugar factory did, is they actually made sure that they could go collect the produce or the sugarcane from these black farmers, and they got paid for it. So the reason why I'm telling you this story is that we always hear that apartheid was so bad, apartheid was so bad. And if you go back to that specific sugar mill, when I was standing with that old man, and I think it was about 2010, I asked him, so is it still continuing? And he said to me, no, it ceased to exist. And then I went to and I asked him, how many farmers or small black farmers did you actually look after? And he said to me, well, we were about 6 guys, and every guy got about between 40 and 50 small black farmers to look after. So if you make the sum, it's very close to 500-600 small-time farmers within Zululand that managed to earn a little bit of money every single year when they harvested from the sugarcane inside of apartheid. And they got taught by these white guys that had the knowledge of sugarcane. They got taught how to do it, and year after year they got an income. And if you go there today, you'll see unproductive land, some of the most fertile land in South Africa within Zululand, that are just not being used anymore. So you decide. You decide. And ladies and gentlemen, this is but one example of the effort that South African companies and the South African government made during apartheid. Now, there's a guy called, I think it's called Advocate Khumalo or something. He's quite an older black guy in South Africa. And he also will tell you that, yes, the segregation and the laws were a bit harsh on black people, but that clinics, that schools, they were safe. That employment. South Africa had factories close to the homelands that you cannot imagine. So yes, maybe apartheid wasn't good, but maybe apartheid wasn't so bad. But anyway, that's not for me to decide. I thought I'd share this story with you because it's a true story. It's a story of black people being able to make a success within apartheid. And these stories are never told. Guys, please like, share and subscribe. And God bless.